With the African finfoot under my belt, I've returned to the southern waterways of Zululand. Here the forests are dense, converging around the river systems, the perfect place for another legend of the fig forest. He's big, he's orange, and he hunts at night.
The second stage to my Zululand adventure begins as I take on the hunt for the Pell's fishing owl. The Pell's is a large orange and rare predator that feeds on fish in river systems surrounded by thick bush, and is known for its unique hunting behavior and secretive lifestyle. To find them, I'll have to venture deep into their habitats, to places where I've caught glimpses of them in the past, staring back through the canopies. But this time I aim to find them in their element, when the Pell's fishing owl shows its true colors, in the depths of the night. But first, something extraordinary was stranded on a beach 13 kilometers south of Mapelan. It was time for some good old-fashioned treasure hunting. To gain an understanding of what happens to a vessel like the Dorothea when it goes down on this coastline, I tracked down another that suffered a similar fate. We gathered our rigging and set course for the Jolly Rubino. The Jolly Rubino is a far cry from the Dorothea. Instead of a wreck at the bottom of the ocean, the Rubino lies stranded on a barren stretch of coastline, at the mercy of the elements. And the only way to get there is by foot or by boat. Its story is also entirely different. The Rubino caught fire offshore in 2002 and ran aground far from civilization. The event was handled by a team of salvaging experts who managed to prevent an environmental disaster, and eventually opened up the wreck to weathering by the elements, using almost 3 tons of explosives. I'm simply here to see what's become of the Rubino. Once an Italian cargo ship, the Rubino is now nothing more than a mountain of sharp metal and rust, an explorer's deadly jungle gym. We'd been led to believe that when the tide goes out, a sandbank emerges that allows access to the wreck. Upon arriving, we realized this wasn't true. So despite the common knowledge that bull sharks gather around the wreck, we decided we'd come too far to not make a swim for it.
Welcome to the Jolly Rubino! The Dorothea went down over a century ago, but this coastline still claims many a valiant vessel.
Our aim was to explore and investigate, but halfway there we realized there was no sign of this mythical sandbank. Also, alongside the ever-lingering presence of sharks, we found ourselves caught in a riptide dragging us towards the shrapnel from the original blast. Wearing all the equipment from rock shoes to grappling hooks, I nearly failed to make it out of the wave-powered meat mincer. It was a long way to come to be beaten by a measly shark shrapnel and riptide-filled channel, but I wasn't too phased. Despite almost drowning, I'd seen what I needed to see, and I knew that I'd be back to the Jolly Rubino.
Don't forget to subscribe and keep up with the latest adventures, and read about my greatest journey yet in my book Josh's Big Year, Deserts to Jungles. Let the treasure hunt continue.